Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls, Golden Emperor, whatever you want to call me. And I am back with part 3 of What If Gohan Was the Legendary Super Saiyan. Really quick, I want to give a quick shout out to my boy Saint for the music, obviously. But also, I want to say that I said this before, I'm going to be uploading every single Sunday. That's the idea for this channel. I eventually want to maybe do twice a week. We'll see how that goes. But this is what it's going to be for a while. I mean, this channel is still a real work in progress, and I'm not sure what I want to do with it completely. And as y'all can see right now, there isn't going to be any animation anymore, or like moving pictures. It takes too long. It takes too much of my time. And I know a lot of you just want to see the content. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to make this kind of like into a podcast-ish format, just like my other What If channel. And yeah, I hope all y'all are fine with that, and I'm sure more content would be just as good. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I got to say, and I hope y'all enjoy part 3 of What If Gohan Was the Legendary Super Saiyan. Let's get it. Trunks, the future time traveler, then arrives, but he arrives to, well, no Frieza, no King Cold. This is odd for him. He doesn't know what's happening, and maybe King Cold will arrive soon. But he swore he heard from, well, his timeline that they did arrive. That Goku spared Frieza, and he somehow survived. So he has to wait for Goku to arrive. But the thing is, Goku already has. Goku arrives, and well, he's been there for a while with his son. Trunks confronts him and asks about some things about Frieza, but he just says that Frieza's dead. Trunks is visibly confused, but he begins explaining the whole, well, time traveling thing, saying that he's from the future and that the androids will come very soon in the next 3 years or so. And that, well, they actually exterminate practically everybody on the planet, but the person that is, well, the key to solving this problem is Gohan. In his future, Gohan was the legendary Super Saiyan as well, but the thing is the androids were that much stronger. The androids were extremely strong, and only when Gohan lost control, he was able to kill one of them, but he, well, killed himself in the process. The energy alone made him explode. They obviously don't tell Gohan this because they don't want to frighten the young child, but Goku does put more strict regimen on Gohan to basically follow up with his training. And that's what they do over the next 3 years. They basically begin training just like in canon, but Gohan actually gets a hold and finally gets, well, mastery of his Akari form, not his, well, Super Saiyan form. It's actually going to be, seems like a decent while before he can get a mastery over it, but maybe he'll get it sooner than we think. So finally, they all go to meet the androids after 3 years of waiting. Meeting, well, androids that are definitely odd. Android 20 and Dr. Gero. Obviously, they don't know who these androids are or which ones they should be looking for, but obviously, just like in canon, Goku does succumb to the heart virus, and then Gohan actually steps in to fight Android 20, defeating him with ease with his Akari form. Gohan is extremely strong at this point, and it wouldn't surprise me if he was able to actually overcome this hurdle of Android 20, not without struggle. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be some pullback because he is just a child and his techniques aren't flawless, but he's able to defeat him. And Vegeta then comes in right after to fight Dr. Gero. But Dr. Gero is able to, well, create a diversion and escape. Unluckily for them, Gero makes it to his lab. And finally, well, he releases the real androids. The real androids then proceed to kill Dr. Gero, or more like Android 17 proceeds to kill Dr. Gero and awaken another android. 3 more androids. These Z Fighters, the Z Fighters were only expecting 2. Now there was 5. I mean, they might have defeated, or, well, 2 of them might be already gone, but 3 is even more than what Trunks initially said. Trunks arrives seeing this and blasts the base, but nothing works. These androids are, well, seem to be even stronger than the ones in his timeline. Ones that had the modified strength based on Gohan's potential, based on Gohan himself. But these are even stronger, it seems. And this isn't good. The team of the Z Fighters are beat senseless, but luckily are allowed to leave. The androids, for some reason, just let them leave and explain that, well, they just want to kill Goku. So they finally leave, but Goku stays hidden, luckily, and Piccolo obviously tempts with the idea of fusing with Kami to stall for time. Eventually, some time passes, and Piccolo finally meets Cell, confronts Cell, but this time it's not so easy. When they fight, it's almost even, if not Cell has the advantage, getting substantial energy from Piccolo, but luckily he's able to escape. Piccolo's surprised. He can feel the energies of everyone, even the energy of Gohan, but what's really bugging him is that it feels like Cell has this dormant power just like Gohan. It feels like Cell has a potential, well, that could destroy everything. But Piccolo escapes, luckily, with his life. But this fusion with Kami, well, puts him on the level of at least Android 18. But frankly, this won't matter very much. When he goes out to fight Android, well, 18 and 17, Cell then arrives and absorbs Android 17 and proceeds to kill Piccolo and Ten Shinhan. Goku may have awakened by this time, but there's one big thing that, well, I talked about before. Goku doesn't have instant transmission. He has no way of saving them. Gohan wants to go down and help, but Goku refuses, saying that that's a ridiculous idea. They do that, their hope of winning is now stripped away just like that. They need to wait for Vegeta and, well, Trunks to get out of the time chamber and hope that, well, there'll be enough to defeat him. And their prayers are quote-unquote answered when they arrive out of there. Vegeta's cocky manner makes Goku believe that maybe he could beat him, but the energy difference does feel weird. It seems like Vegeta isn't going to be a match for, well, Cell, but he's not so sure about that yet. So Goku and Gohan go into the time chamber and begin their training. Their training begins to, well, get Gohan to his Super Saiyan form, in which they do, but it does take a long time. So Goku makes it a point to basically train himself and get himself into that mastered Super Saiyan form. Gohan's form is interesting. It's so strong, but it seems practically uncontrollable. He finally gets a grasp on it, but the anger built up beside the form and behind the form is insane. But it seems way stronger than any regular Super Saiyan form. It seems like the multiplier is far beyond anything Goku could actually muster. Gohan might even be able to wipe out Goku currently with a single blast. But with a really good training partner in Gohan, well, this sees great results. Better than in canon. Goku is extremely strong coming out of the time chamber, and so is Gohan. But the power difference is blatant. Gohan is extremely strong, especially in his Super Saiyan form. But that's what's scary. Can he control his Super Saiyan form? Can he do it long enough to defeat Cell? And that's when they hear of Cell reaching his perfect form. Goku decides to sense him and basically try to go and size him up. But, well, that doesn't really matter. Cell seems out of their league for some reason, and Goku comes back after hearing that Cell created something called the Cell Games. Trunks and, well, Vegeta head back into the time chamber, and Goku's worried. Goku's worried about this monster that stands in front of them. He is so worried that they go back in the time chamber with Gohan once again after, well, Vegeta comes out. Goku initially would not consider this, but he's worried about the aspect of Cell being like Gohan. He's heard from Piccolo that he's sensed, well, multiple fighters within him, and Goku has sensed it before as well. So what does this mean? So Goku and Gohan go back into the time chamber and train once again, but they don't see the best results. They see good results, but Goku was right. It's all diminishing gains from this point on. It's destroying your body. That's the whole idea behind it, and that's what he felt, and there's not much more he can do. Gohan eventually gets more control over that Super Saiyan form, but Goku's still not sure if it's enough. Some more time passes, and the Cell games then arrives. Doomsday for the Z Fighters, and well, Goku steps up first, and this isn't good. Cell seems to be using only a partial part of his strength, and Goku seems to be on par. And Goku is outputting as much of strength as he can as possible, and it seems like he's losing. Cell, with the DNA of everyone there, seems to be outmatching Goku. Goku decides to step down and say that it's now time for Gohan to fight, in which this was a good idea. Gohan, well, will get stronger as the fight goes on, and not only that, his Super Saiyan form is far stronger than anybody else's there. He activates his Super Saiyan form immediately and charges at Cell, landing clean hits on him, and then pulling him up to the sky and throwing him back down, charging up a Kamehameha wave. But immediately Cell is up on his feet and begins laughing. Gohan blasts at Cell, but he smacks it away. Gohan's eyes go wide, and they drop in fear. Cell begins to mock him, asking if that's all the boy can muster. But Gohan charges in once again with even more strength, but this isn't good. Cell blocks it with ease and grabs him by the face, slamming him down. He begins taunting him. "You know, my boy, I knew you all were training, so why wouldn't I, well, figure out my power myself?" His eyes begin to flicker this weird color, this orangish yellow color, and Cell's power erupts once again. He begins telling Gohan that he is part Saiyan as well, correct? And he begins beating on Gohan, beating him down bad, to the point that Gohan can barely breathe. The rest of the Z Fighters decide to step in, but with one swipe of his hand, they're all knocked out of commission, more or less. Vegeta and Goku are the only ones that are really able to hang on to like their last bit of consciousness. Cell smiles and says that there is no running from the inevitable, and there is no chance in this fight. He was built too perfect. Goku stands there and yells for his son to wake up, yells for his son to do the thing that he couldn't. And Gohan grabs the hand that, well, Cell is about to punch him with, and his aura erupts into a fiery green aura. This aura was no other. He begins to bulk up like crazy and begins to pile drive Cell into the ground and begins to smash him senseless. Gohan is on a new level. Goku smiles, but then realizes his son's no longer there. His son is no longer in the eyes of Gohan. So Gohan proceeds to brutalize Cell, eventually shooting a giant mouth beam at Cell, obliterating him, every cell in his body. But Gohan's not done. He charges in at the people that are injured and begins to beat on them too. Goku tries to reach out and talk to him, but there is no reaching out. Gohan is lost in anger, and he stands up and flies up to the sky, blasting a giant Kamehameha wave at the ground and blows up the planet. The planet that, well, Gohan, Goku, and all the Z fighters swore to protect is now gone. Everybody is gone. Gohan is now, well, in space, floating through the area with a cloak of ki around him. What's going to happen to Gohan? Is anything at all? Well, the legendary Super Saiyan was, well, that of a legend. Gohan, Son Gohan, and his power was too much for this world, too much for himself. So much so that he drifted off into space with power boiling within him until, well, he exploded, until the energy leaked out and killed him. Sometimes something that is so legendary should stay a legend. And that is what happened with Gohan, the boy that was born from Chi-Chi and Goku, the one that was supposed to protect Earth, ended up destroying it. And that is the end of What If Gohan Was a Legendary Super Saiyan. I hope y'all, some of y'all might be disappointed by this ending. This is probably the only ending that I can see is practical for this type of what if. I will be going into more fan fiction-y and like making so, you know, people win, people lose in the future. I just felt like I've had this idea on my mind for a while that this would happen. It would either be Cell having the power of Gohan would kill everybody, or Gohan would basically kill everybody himself and will also kill himself. Yeah, you know what I mean. So hope y'all enjoyed the series. I know it says part 3, but it probably has in parentheses or something the finale or with question marks. But I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, sub, all that good stuff, and make sure to check out my channel, the rest of what I have on the channel. And remember, I'll be posting every single Sunday. That's the plan. Every single Sunday, maybe even more, hopefully in the future. And I hope all y'all enjoyed. Later.